Hello and welcome to Spectrum News. I am Rachel David White, coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Tinubu appoints Muni Radin Oyebanji as NIWA MD Ukema for Shippers Council. Senate swears in Yohana as Abo's replacement. Plus, US state sues social media giant Meta, accusing it of harming mental health in youth. We'll bring you details of stories and many more in a moment. First, Emily this afternoon is a report that President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Muni Radin Bola Oyembamiji as Managing Director and CEO of National Inland Waterways Authority (NIWA). Also appointed to boost the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy is Akuta Pius Ukema as Executive Secretary and CEO of Nigerian Shippers Council (NFC). A statement by Ajuri Ngalele, Tinubu's media aide, noted that the new appointments were in line with the recommendations of the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adeboyega Oyetola. The statement equally noted that Oyebamiji is a graduate of banking and finance and holds a master's degree in public administration and business administration. He is an economist with industry experience of more than 28 years before he entered the public service. In the public service, he first reversed a downward trajectory of the Osun State Investment Company Limited before serving as the Osun State Commissioner for Finance for 8 years. Okeyema is a graduate of law and holds a master's degree in public international law from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. He most recently served as head of the Central Authority Unit International Cooperation with Criminal Matters, Office of the Attorney General of the Federation. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has written to the Senate for expeditious consideration of a confirmation of the appointment of Damu Aliyu as chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC), the appointment of Saka Suleiman and Professor Tata as members of the Federal Judicial Service Commission was also conveyed in a letter for the Senate President by President Tinubu. Called the President Tinubu more than a week ago appointed Dr. Aliyu as a new chairman of ICPC and furtherance of a renewed hope mandate to reform key institutions and invigorate Nigeria's war on corruption. In the meantime, President Tinubu has launched the 2024 Armed Forces Remembrance Fund. Speaking at a brief ceremony which took place in the council chamber, President Tinubu said the economy owes a debt of gratitude to our gallant troops who have risen to the challenge of securing the country. Tinubu went on to underscore the government's commitment of 18 billion naira that has been approved for the payment of the group life insurance benefit for the families of fallen heroes of Nigeria. From the Red Chambers, Senate has sworn in Amos Yohana as the new senator representing Adamawa Senatorial District. The swearing in was performed by the Deputy Senate President Jibrin Rao, who presided over the plenary. Yohana, a member of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), replaces Abo, who was sacked by the appeal court last week, Monday. In the meantime, the Senate has justified the planned purchase of luxury vehicles for lawmakers in spite of dissenting voices in the last few days, briefing journalists in Abuja. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Services, Sunday Karim, said the leadership of the two chambers of the National Assembly decided to buy the luxury cars for lawmakers because of durability and maintenance for the period of 4 years. He further stated that Nigerians were picking on lawmakers but ignoring ministers. According to him, some ministers have more than 3 Land Cruisers, Prado, and other vehicles, and questions are not asked. From the Green Chambers, the deputy spokesperson for the House of Representatives, Philip Agbese, has dismissed insinuations in some quarters that the lawmaking body the chief executive officer of the Rural Electrification Agency and the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, Opoku Obadibo, Federal Constituency, Benue State, gave the clarification while filling questions from journalists at the end of plenary. It was recalled that the House of Representatives Committee on Anti-Corruption, in a later dated October 11, 2023, summoned the Managing Director of REA, Salihijo Ahmed, over a multi-billion-naira fraud allegedly perpetrated under his watch. The summons was against the backdrop of a petition by a civil society group, the Center Against Injustice and Domestic Violence, alerting the perpetration of several improprieties by the Ahmed-led management team, including a purported 1.5 anti-evasion of public funds leveled against him and about 15 others. On judicial matters, the Supreme Court is scheduled to deliver judgment on Thursday, October 26, in the cases of the Labour Party and its presidential candidate Peter Obi, the People's Democratic Party (PP), and its candidate Atiku Abubakar, and the All Progressives Congress (APC), and its candidate Bola Tinubu. The judgment date was confirmed by all parties involved today. Recall that the PDP presidential candidate and his LP counterpart had lodged appeals challenging the September 6 ruling of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal (EPT). Rather, Tambuwal of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) as a duly elected senator for Sokoto South Senatorial District. Abdullahi Dan Baba of the Progressives Congress (APC) had filed a petition challenging the victory of Tambuwal, praying that the tribunal declare the election inconclusive for not complying substantially with the provisions of the Electoral Act. Dan Baba had also asked the tribunal to order a re-election in 28 polling units where the alleged elections did not hold during the February and April substantive and supplemental polls. The tribunal, in a unanimous judgment, dismissed the petition for lacking in merit, presenting documents and evidences that are not reliable. The tribunal also awarded the cost of 200,000 naira cash to the first and second respondent, the PDP and Tambuwal, a two-term ex-governor of Sokoto State, won the poll with a total number of 100,860 votes. With a vote margin of 4,976, he defeated his closest rival, Dan Baba, who scored 95,884 votes. To financial crimes now, where the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has opened its case before Justice Obiora Ekwatu at the Federal High Court Abuja against the British national James Nolan, who jumped bail in 2022. Counsel for the EFC, Bala Sanga, led the first prosecution witness, PW1 Temitope Eromo, and Assistant Chief Compliance Officer with the Anti-Graft Agency in evidence. Eromo, who works in the Special Control Unit against money laundering, told the court he was part of the investigating team in the criminal charge filed against Market Project City Services Limited. Nolan, the director of the Suzanne Industrial Development Limited (PNID), jumped bail and stopped attending court proceedings in 2022. Although Nolan was not in court, his lawyer Michael Agara was in court. Ajara, however, told the court that he was indisposed. Hence, he would not be able to cross-examine the PW1. He therefore sought for an adjournment. And now to Africa, where King Charles III and Queen Camilla has met with members of the UK's Kenyan diaspora during a reception at Buckingham Palace. Reports say the royal couple also visited the East. The program will reflect the two countries' desires to working together on a range of issues, which include boosting prosperity, tackling climate change, promoting youth opportunity and employment, advancing sustainable development, and creating a more stable and secure region. And still in Africa, hundreds of residents of the Moroccan town of Mizraïs have reportedly protested against local authorities after a deadly earthquake destroyed their homes. The residents accused local authorities of delaying aid and neglection, as well as withholding assistance, including tent from some of the residents who lost their homes. Reports say Mizraïs is located 34 miles, 55 kilometers south of Marrakech, was one of the hardest by the September 8 earthquake. The earthquake was the first to strike Morocco in more than 60 years, killing nearly 3,000 people and leaving thousands more injured and homeless. On a foreign scene, dozens of U.S. states have accused Facebook and Instagram owner Meta of profiting from children's pain, damaging their mental health and misleading people about the safety of its platforms. In total, more than 40 states are still Meta, though some opted to file in local court rather than join in federal case. The legal firm argued that Meta has exploited young users by creating a business model designed to maximize time they spend on the platform despite harm to their health. The suit accuses Meta of deceptive and unlawful conduct, harming vulnerable youth for financial gain. And still on a foreign scene, a former British police officer convicted for having posed a teenage boy on social media to trick girls into sending explicit images of themselves was handed a life sentence by a court in Wales today. Liz Edwards' sentencing follows a number of highly damaging episodes for UK forces, in particular London's Metropolitan Forces Police Services, the country's largest. Edwards, 24, exploited 210 girls aged between 10 and 16 by coercing them to send graphic images of themselves on a platform where images typically disappear that he then secretly saved. He will spend a minimum of 12 years in prison after pleading guilty to 160 charges, including child sexual abuse and blackmail. Edward, who refused to appear in court for his sentencing, was granted a reduction of 1/3 to his sentence due to his entering a guilty plea for the crimes that took place between November 2020 and February 2023. Still to come in the news, Newcastle midfielder 10 months banned from football. To stay with us. In its newly released 2024 to 26 medium-term expansive framework and fiscal strategy paper. According to the new economic framework for 2024-26, part of the strategies government will implement to improve customs revenue collections include the full implementation of excess duty on telecoms. The President in July signed an executive order suspending the implementation of a 5% excise duty tax on telecoms services. And still on business, the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) has said that it recorded 149 incidences of crude oil theft across the Niger Delta in 1 week. In a statement, the company said in one of the incidents, an oil bunkering site was uncovered in Oswobodo, between two Antan flow stations south of Oguta Basin in Imo State. The human papillomavirus vaccine into the routine immunization system. The vaccination targets over 7 million girls, which is the largest number in a single round of HPV vaccination in the African region. A statement by the World Health Organization noted that a 5-day mass vaccination campaign in schools and communities will be carried out during the inaugural rollout in 16 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Reports girls aged 9 to 14 years will receive a single dose of the vaccine, which is highly efficacious in preventing infection with HPV type 16 and 18 that are known to cause at least 70% of cervical cancers. And still in health, the Ondo State chapter of the Nigerian Medical Association (NMA) has threatened to embark on an industrial action if the state government free physicians week in Akure. The chairman NMA Ondo chapter, Dr. Omoshehin Adeyemi Oshowe, said despite promises, the state had refused to increase the hazard allowance, while confirming that the state had also experienced a JAP syndrome in the health sector. The chairman also added that the development required the government to improve the welfare of the remaining health workers in the state. To sport now, where Newcastle midfielder Sandro Tonali is set to receive a 10-month ban from football, with Italian authorities ready to confirm his suspension for illegal betting. Reports say Tonali lawyers have been in negotiations with prosecutors and the Italian Football Federation, with an agreement posed after he allegedly placed illegal bets at his former club base in Milan. The Italian czar, who joined Newcastle for £55 million in the summer, will however be available for Newcastle's Champions League clash against Borussia Dortmund today. And still in sports, Welsh Union player Lee Halfpenny has announced he will retire from international rugby. The 34-year-old will make Wales' uncapped game against the Barbarians on November 4th. His final international will continue to play club rugby. Halfpenny has won 101 caps for Wales, scoring 801 points in 4 tests for the British and Irish Lions. On our entertainment news, famous Nollywood actress turned politician Tonto DK has finally opened up on why she defected from the African Democratic Congress (ADC) to the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC). It would be recalled that Tonto DK was officially unveiled as APC member by the national women leader Dr. Mary Alile at the party's national secretariat in Abuja on Monday. Speaking on her decision to join the APC, Tonto, who was the running mate of the ADC leadership candidate in Rivers State during the 2023 election, stated that she believes in the prosperity of Nigeria under President Bola Tinubu's administration. And still on entertainment, Maverick singer Olawale Oloforo, popularly known as Brimo, has accused Grammy-winning musician Burna Boy of stealing his intellectual prosperity. The Ara Krona alleged that Burna Boy's City Boys and told them sample the album title track of his upcoming album, Macabre. He said what Burna Boy did was a crime and should serve a jail term. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All of it you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng.